call the meeting to order. This is the second meeting of the evening, so we are going to forego the Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll go right into a roll call.
Okay. Wondergem?
Here.
Highboard?
Here.
Stuffus?
Here.
Gardine?
Here.
Palmer? Here. DeHaan?
Here.
Klein?
Here.
All right. Thank you all. Thank you, Barb. All right, and then can I get an approval of the agenda? Can I get a motion?
So moved. Support.
All right. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Any opposed? All right. Moving forward, first item, reports agenda for board members' reports. So we'll go through around the group. We'll start with Bob.
Oh,
Your
Keeping you on your
seniority
toes.
counts for something, right?
hey, you know, wait, try and recognize that more than once this year, okay? I would like to thank, number one, the audience, thank you very much, and Mr. Gelmy, one of my favorites. And I'm going to tell you, I've been on the board probably 22 plus years, and I'm going to tell you, a thank you is enough. I mean, I really appreciate this. It's incredibly awesome. It's actually almost makes me emotional with what we get. And none of us do it for this. We do it for everybody in the audience. So that's my report.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
All right, Kim.
Thank you. I'll just echo what Bob said so well. Thank you to the community. Thank you for entrusting us with your children, with your funds from your taxes. And thank you for supporting us. It means a lot, and it shows the power of our community and all the different perspectives you all bring here. So thank you. Appreciate it. Two updates. One, taking a pause, because you think about things and then you feel it, right?
Yes, exactly.
Went to the Hector family visitation, and
Thank you for doing
and delivered a card on behalf of the board, and spent some time with them this week. And it really hit us, but it was an amazing experience for the community to come out and support. We stood in line for 2.5 hours, and that means something. That means a lot about our community and how we care for each other, and about the children that come through our community and the impact they have on one another. And so I just want to say, as many of us were celebrating these holidays, there were many who were in deep pain and will continue to be. So please keep them in your thoughts and in your prayers. And beyond them, all the students that he touched, impacted, and made a difference in, and will carry on. So, and the other side of that, went to robotics last night, kicking off, sorry, just such a strange juxtaposition of a conversation. Went to robotics last night to do our kickoff for the first season. There's so many great things in store. They have a new driver called Swerve. That is a engineering feat that's very different. The kids have been wanting this for years, but they've had a hard time making it happen. So people came in over the holidays. No surprise, such a hardworking group of folks. And worked with students, and they designed the Swerve engineering. I couldn't do it justice to explain it, but it's like 8 separate wheels that all move independently, and they have to figure out how to, wire it all up, program and get all the electronics in, and make sure that, I guess when it turns, it will pull the wires out because it works so independently. So how to engineer all those pieces together, which makes them even more competitive out there when they are doing these first seasons. So they have a lot of things coming in the season. Going to Canada a couple times, Texas, a couple ones around the state and beyond, and still running all the other programs that they do. So if you get a chance to volunteer for them, come out and visit. If you have pop cans, especially after the holidays or after potential snow days, sitting around drinking a few pops, then bring those up to the school and help cash in. They're still doing really great, working towards their goals, but because folks aren't storing them up like they did during COVID, the pop can drives have gone down, and the things that they're able to do with the funding is amazing. There are no students in that program who have to pay for anything other than a t-shirt once a year. They feed the students. My son's there from 3 till 8 every night. They feed them. They have a study hall teacher, just so many things going on to really develop students. And both socially, academically, and beyond. So I just want to give another shout out to that program, and the investment that we made into it as a board in terms of building that center is really paying off.
So awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Great. Thank you very much. Joe?
Roger, I think that was a snow day hint towards you. I'm not.
I know.
I did that on behalf of kids, on behalf of
That's
parents.
a little kid
Send them to school. We just have to.
I just wanted to say thank you to the students and staff who put on that purple game, the 8th grade boys before the holidays. Unbelievable. Talk about emotional when they had their moment of silence. Everyone held up their sign. Very cool. So thank you all. Thank them for that. It's great.
Nice.
That's it.
Amy?
I would echo what Kim said about the Hectors. It's been a season of loss for many families. There's another family from South Elementary, Chad Root and his family suffered the loss of his wife. And I just want to say how proud I am of South Elementary. They supplied meals for them during the time of their struggle. They bought presents for them for Christmas. They made it so that they have a young 5, and they have done so much to help that family, and they've wrapped around them very, very lovingly. And I'm so proud of how we're showing support to people in these times of crisis that unfortunately have hit several times this past year. Parks and Recs, Chris Orm has stepped down from his position on the board for Parks and Recs, and we have a couple of really cool people that are looking to be our school representatives. And what's kind of cool is they are also from the Grandville Little League, which means Chris's spot and his voice for the Grandville Little League, which connects school and parks and city and sports and outdoor sustainability and beautification of the city. It's really cool to see the people that step up to serve our city. And then I get to spend a lot of time at the GEC because I have a granddaughter there. And I will tell you, Treehouse and our early childhood center, they work nonstop so that we as parents or grandparents can also go to work. And I think that it is one of the most outstanding programs that we are offering to our community. The facility is beautiful, but the people inside there are beautiful too. So I think we forget that we all go back to work and they're working too, sometimes without that second week of vacation or third week of vacation. So they get 1 week and then they go right back at it so that people can have quality childcare. So way to go, Grandville.
Thank you. Barb?
I do appreciate all the reports. It's really good to hear all the great things that are happening. I know that's happening, but sometimes, you just don't hear it all, so thank you all for sharing. I did want to thank everyone for these gifts. It really is overwhelming. As Bob said, I certainly, didn't expect it or expect it, so I just really am grateful. Thank you so much for recognizing us as board members and the job that we do. And the last thing, I wanted to just thank Kim for being our president over the last year. I know you have represented us very well in all different kinds of situations. Some hard, like representing us at this funeral, but also opening up a school and all the cool things that have come along with that position. But I think you've done an excellent job. You've led us well for 2 years, and just want to thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
And that's it.
Thank you, Barb. Brent?
I just echo that. Thank you for all of these gifts here. I feel kind of guilty receiving all this. It's a little over the top, but thank you for that, for recognizing us. For me, it's in our final year, or the final half a year. We got a senior and one in college, and I just wanted to say thank you to the staff and the student and the teachers for everything that you've done for my sons. It's been a great experience, and Grandville has prepared, I know from my son that's in college right now, done an excellent job preparing him. The teachers and staff have done an excellent job. He's very well prepared for college, and I think we hear that across the board. So just to echo the thanks to the teachers for that and the administration. And then for us, we've got the powerlifting meet is the first kind of thing. We've got one of those coming up this weekend, and it's pretty cool that the school offers something like that. It's there's a lot of kids that maybe aren't into a lot of the other sports, but powerlifting gives them an opportunity to be on a kind of an athletic team. So it's pretty cool to see that. So that's all I've got. Thank you.
Thank you. Just again, to echo what everyone has said, so thank you very much for all the gifts and everything. It is overwhelming. I mean, it's not a position any of us really seek to get these types of things, right? It's not something we're looking for, just trying to help serve the community. At the end of the day is what we're trying to do for all of us. So thank you for the recognition. Thank you for these items for sure. Again, echoing all the great things coming on. I actually found the powerlifting Instagram page, and it's been kind of fun to watch some of those reels that they've got on there. So that's been kind of cool. And then my son turned me on to I can't remember the teacher's name though, but somebody has a podcast where he interviews high school students called The Suburban, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a really cool. Yeah, it's a teacher. Yep, that does that and talks to and has had just a wide variety of topics that they've discussed. So I encourage you to listen to that, or if you like those types of things. But yeah, I mean it is, and I echo Brent's comments about our staff. Having my daughter in her second year back home for break has been great, and to listen to her and how the first year and a half of college, she's just been able to do so well, and it really is because of the teachers and the staff and everyone, the coaches, everybody that have helped build our students into what they are. And and it's great seeing the kids here because it begins here. And I heard someone say treehouse, up here on the board, and one of the little kids said, treehouse? I think I've been there. It's great. So it is. We build a community, and the kids all appreciate it, and it just goes all the way up. So it's great. I'm excited, to take on this opportunity, this challenge for the board president. And so thank you all, and congratulations to all those who were voted into officers today. So that's all I have for right now.
Okay.
Raj?
Sure. So just want to say, January is Board Appreciation Month, in case the people out there were wondering why the gifts and why our board members are so thankful. We are so blessed to have each and every one of you. You're an amazing board. You're about kids, and you're about this community, and could not ask for a better board. So thank you so much for everything you do. And I know that's a lot of stuff, but our people really appreciate you, and that's why they did that. So happy Board Appreciation Month, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Without further ado, we have an amazing elementary with us tonight. Central Elementary is here, and I'll turn things over to Mr. Galmi.
Awesome. All right. So you can see I have these fantastic young kids right here. So guys, if you want to right now, you can stand up or you can stay seated. It's up to you. But when I get to the questions, I'll point to you for them, okay? That sound like a plan? All right, that sounds good. I love it. You guys are cool. All right, are you ready? Okay. All right. So I don't have a clicker enough. There you go. Perfect. All right. So today I just wanted to share a little bit about PBIS. I won't be very long because it's really these guys who get to share exactly. I presented before and shared about PBIS, and what we do is our positive behavior intervention systems. And I could go into a lot of detail about that. But from what we've done a couple years ago, things have changed a lot because we've added Tier 2 and Tier 3 pieces to that, including opportunities for us to look more at our data and what we can do within our building. So I wanted to display that a little bit today. So what it looks like is we hand out these Bulldog tickets to try and being kind, respectful, responsible, and safe, right guys? You've seen these a lot in our building. We hand these out, we collect them each day throughout the weeks, and then we turn them in the office and we draw them once a week, and they get some rewards for them. That's kind of what our acknowledgement system is. Now, how we use those is we use them to identify if there are some things that are a struggle or sometimes in our building. We look at our data to say, man, have we had a lot of behaviors in a classroom, or have we had a lot of behaviors on the playground? Have we had a lot of behaviors in the hallways? And so we use these tickets as well as our SEL lessons to reinforce where we want those positive behaviors. So we might say, hey, our data shows that we're having problems in the hallway or et cetera. So we then increase our number of Bulldog tickets we can do for those spaces to try and get more positive feedback for our kids. And then we set some goals. So that's why I have these guys in here, because we kind of did that for our first grade group. So if we can go to that next slide there. So this year, early in the year, about October-ish, we were showing that we were having some difficulty on the playground with our kiddos being physical or not being able to use their words, right? So sometimes they were having conflicts and how they can solve some of their problems. So they were having a difficult time communicating with their peers. So our data showed that we just weren't doing a great enough job solving our disagreements, right guys? Right? So we kind of put together a plan for our building to improve that. So what we did is just for first grade, that's where our data showed we needed some growth there. So we increased our number of SEL lessons within our first grade classrooms. So Mrs. Hessler is our SEL coach, and she did some more lessons in the classroom, read a children's book with them, went over some strategies, which you guys are going to talk about probably in a little bit, right? And then we met with all of our playground folks. We said, hey, we really want to increase our Bulldog tickets that we hand out based on some good problem-solving behaviors, how they use their words, communicating frustrations, and how they can use these strategies from those SEL lessons. So that's really, in a nutshell, another level of our PBIS. We used to just kind of do the Bulldogs positives. We'd get some things to make it really positive in our building. But now we meet regularly, and we look at this data to say, what can we do to change things? So we set a goal for 100 Bulldog tickets. Did you guys reach that goal? Yeah, you did, you bet. Yeah, it was 3 times, Blake. 3 times, brother. So we created a goal. Okay, guys. So we created a goal to get 100 Bulldog tickets in a week for the entire first grade for the month of December. So we went November 27th through December 22nd. We'd check our tickets every Monday, and we'd go for 1 week to see if we could get 100 Bulldog tickets, right? And the cool thing is, our reward was, I came around with a treat cart. Do you guys remember the treat cart? Yeah, it was cool as the other side of the pillow, wasn't it? You did. I know it was pretty exciting, right? I played some music, jammed to some speakers. We had it go in the hallway. Other classrooms thought, what in the world is going on? But you guys knew what was happening. So when they reached their goal, I would just come in the classroom with our cart, play some music, and we'd do a little bit of dancing, and I'd hand out treats to the class. So these guys reached their goal for every week. But not only did they reach their goal, I want you guys to share a little bit about what you learned and what we did with that goal. Are you guys able to do that? Yeah! Awesome. All right. So let's have you guys stand right here. I'm going to see, does this microphone work then, Walt? All right, check, 1, 2. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to ask some questions. You guys raise your hand and give me some answers to it, and I'll just give you a chance to talk in the mic. Does that sound cool? All right. So I want you guys to share what you learned from these classroom lessons when Mrs. Hessler. Who wants to raise their hand and share? All right. Speak nice and loud, kiddo.
We learned the pie about niceness.
About niceness? Yeah. Did you guys talk about some strategies in there too? Blake, go ahead.
We learned about our wits.
Wits. Yeah, and what does wits tell us to do?
It means to walk away, ignore, talk it out, and seek for help.
Seek for help. How about you, Eden? What else?
So we learned about so not putting hands on each other. So when you try to solve a problem, you should use your words instead of your hands.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think there was a phrase that Mrs. Hessler worked with us on. Do you remember what it is?
A bug and a wish.
A bug and a wish, right?
Yeah.
And what does that mean to do a bug and a wish?
It means like to say, I wish you will please stop.
Yeah. It bugs me when you're doing this, and I wish you would stop, right? Yeah. Nice work, girl. Good job. All right. So, Do you think those weekly rewards help, guys? Do you think you like that weekly reward? Who wants to share some answers there? I want to talk with you.
It helped us a lot because we learned stuff and people that you thought like be mean or like are not nice to you, they learned how to stop and like talk things out with you, and you can talk things out and say what you wanted to say, but they will always just want to man, they didn't want to talk it out. And then when they hear this, they want to do it, and then they want to hear what's really they need to stop for and what you need to talk about with them.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Exactly. How about you, Edai? So, Edai, tell me, what did you like most about this that we did in December? What was your favorite part? You can be honest with me. You guys come on here so people can see you. You're the reason you're here. What did you like the most about our awards and stuff that we did? What do you think, buddy? What was your favorite part? You can be honest. Go ahead.
The treats.
Those were cool, weren't they, buddy? Yeah. Who else wants to share? What did they like the most? Okay. Go ahead, Blake.
Bulldog tickets.
The Bulldog tickets. How about you, Gil? Go ahead.
So we said the bulldog tickets and the cake.
The treats.
So I liked having a goal to reach up to that you could try and earn those bulldog tickets when you were doing all the pillars.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. How about you, Rebecca?
I like the treats and the music.
And the music. Yeah. You know what was great is I met with these guys today to talk to them. I said, hey, we're going to go over this stuff and talk at our board meeting today. But they all came up with all their own answers. But you know, one of the cool things that we did talk about in there is they said it was really cool because people were nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool statement because what it did is it changed people's behavior a little bit to think more about, hey, you know what, if I use a bug and a wish, or if I use my wits, I can make better choices. That's more fun for everybody in the playground then, right? So I think we kind of covered it all. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were tremendous. I
You're
appreciate having you here. So that's kind of it. So thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Central Elementary.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
I think there's some good messages in there for adults.
Yes,
too.
absolutely, absolutely.
Remember that wits.
Yeah,
To walk away.
I'm thinking about a bug and a wish. You're bugging me on a work call, and I wish you would wait until 5 p.m. correct?
That's funny.
Anything else?
Thank you for coming
Thank you.
in.
Thank you all for coming in. All right. All right, moving along. Any old business?
No old business.
No old business. Then obviously moving on, consent action agenda, and then discussions and
We have to
report.
make a motion and we vote on construction.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Can I get a motion on the consent action agenda?
So moved.
So moved. Support.
All those in favor?
Yes.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Now on to discussions and reports.
Yes, we had a special update of Neola board policies, and I think that first paragraph there at the top of your draft really explains everything. There were many changes to the Public Employment Relations Act, or PARA, as well as related changes to the revised school code dealing with PARA. So what Neola's legal counsel did is they looked at policies that dealt with that. You will see in here some revised policies. You will also see in here some reissued policies and then reviewed policies. And this is our first go around. So what I ask you to do is to take these. They're pretty straightforward There isn't a lot of significant changes within here, but the things that needed, the words, the terminology, some things had to be deleted and so on, they've done that. The policies include policy 0122, board powers, policy 1420, school administrator evaluation.
Is that you? That evaluation?
It could be
Could
me,
be.
but it's mainly school administrators,
Okay.
building administrators. Policy 3131, staff reduction and recalls. Policy 3142, probationary teachers. And then policy 3220, professional staff evaluation. And then as you can see, the reissued ones, policy 3120, employment of professional staff, policy 3139, staff discipline, and then there's a review portion, policy 3130, assignment transfers, policy 3132, vacancies, and then policy 3140, terminations and resignations. So again, what I ask you to do, these are nice summaries that we've provided, but take a look at those policies. If you have any questions before our next meeting, please feel free to give me a call and we can talk about whatever questions you might have and whatever policies, things you're wondering about. So any questions at this time?
Well, I'd just like to make a comment, Raj.
Sure.
If anyone has been paying attention to the legislation over the past 90 days that has come out of Lansing, this is some of it. And one of the reasons why specifically you see in that first paragraph that it's February 13th, 2024, is because these laws changed on a partisan basis. So, because they could not get a majority, a supermajority, they had to wait 90 days before any of this could be enacted. So, don't think of this as we fixed something in Lansing. From my perspective, I think in some ways we took some steps backwards with regard to how we're able to work and manage as a district. So, if you want to get deeper into that, you can look at the legislation, but I'm giving you my 2 cents on that.
And there are a few, you mentioned February 13th, 2024, Bob, and you're right. There are a few in here that you'll see go into effect July 1, 2024.
If not, then it would be right. It would be
Right.
February, July. The whole point is they could not get them to act immediately.
So anyway, if you have any questions about those, give me a holler.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, moving on to public comment. As written in Board Bylaw 0167.3, public participation at board meetings. Obviously, we enjoy that, and we appreciate everyone being here, and I have three public comment cards. Do we have any others? Okay, all set. All right, just as a reminder, Brent, I haven't had a chance to talk to you about this. Will you keep time for us? All right, so 5 minutes is your time limit. And we'll start off with Ruth Rondon.
I'm going to pass, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Michelle Thomas.
I'm going to wait as well.
Okay, thank you. And then Tom O'Brien.
Would you do me a favor? Would you maybe take one and pass it? One thing I can guarantee is I'm not nearly as cute as those little kids that live up here, so, and my topic is not nearly as.
Mr. O'Brien?
happy.
Were these something
This
you
was
wanted
in
us?
there.
What are those?
I don't know, they were
Yellow
within
slips of
this.
paper.
Oh, those are kids that like me.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, sorry.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I know. Well, good evening, Grandville School Board, Mr. Barra, community members, and other administrators. My name is Tom O'Brien. I've been working for the Grandville Public Schools for about 31 years. I've earned a reputation of being a good teacher that has always treated students, parents, and colleagues with the utmost respect. My record is spotless. Just ask the teachers union that recently FOIA'd me, and they'll let you know.
Tonight's short message and informational packets, which Brent was so kind as to pass around, are designed to do 4 things. 1, provide a hard copy report with documented accounts and primary source information related to a baseless sexual harassment complaint that negatively impacted me and my family. And even though I was exonerated, I am still being sanctioned. 2, make it clear that neglecting board policy, placing feelings above truth, and failing to protect one's constitutional rights can inflict tremendous damage on good people. 3, demonstrate that allowing political activism to operate within our schools will continue to negatively impact individuals and divide schools and communities. Finally, make sure that the Grandville School Board is aware of events that took place that sought to destroy the reputation of a good teacher, while encouraging the board to institute protocols that assure the protection of First Amendment rights and equal protection under the law. No longer can political activism be allowed to be disguised as a formal complaint. No longer can special interest groups be given preferential treatment at the expense of others. Let me leave you with 2 excerpts taken directly from Grandville School Board policy. In no case will a respondent be found to have committed sexual harassment based on expressive conduct that is protected by the First Amendment. And finally, the exercise of rights protected under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution does not constitute retaliation, which is prohibited under board policy. I would ask that you'd read through the packets that I put together, that I spent a lot of time over Christmas break. My wife was thrilled about that. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I'd love to talk with you, answer any questions that you would have. And I am happy to meet in person or talk on the phone or whatever you would like to do. But it would mean very much to me for you to look through that packet. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And that's all I have.
Thank you. No other public comments? This meeting is adjourned.